You know that feeling when you're playing a video game and the frame rate drops for a split second because the engine can't process how fast an asset is moving? That was Chris Johnson in 2009. Every single week, we watched a guy pull out things that literally didn't make any sense with human physics. You'd look at the screen, see his safety with perfect angle at the 40-yard line, blink, and CJ2K was already doing a backflip in the end zone. But here's the thing that's been bothering me lately. Why don't we talk about him anymore? When we talk about the greatest peaks of a modern running back in history, the conversation always defaults to Adrian Peterson's MVP run, LaDainian Tomlinson's 31 touchdowns, or Derrick Henry stiff-arming people into orbit. Chris Johnson gets left out. He's treated like a flash in the pan, a trivia answer even. Oh yeah, the guy who ran a 4.2 440. That's a massive historical rewrite. Today, we're going back to 2009. So, not just to look at stats, because the stats are stupid, but to remember what it actually felt like to watch a guy who was quite literally too fast for the sport of football. Now, let's set the stage. Picture this. It's 2008, East Carolina University. Johnson puts up monster numbers there. But nobody cares because it's Conference USA. Then he goes to the combine in Indianapolis. He runs a 4.24. Nowadays, we see a 4.2 something and we think, okay, modern training, track surface, whatever. In 2008, a 4.24 was mythical. It broke the electronic timers, but the immediate reaction from the draft experts, and God, some of these old tapes aged like milk, was, he's too small. He's a track guy in pads. He'll get broken in half by an NFL linebacker. The Tennessee Titans pick number 24 said, "We don't care. We'll take the track guy." And honestly, his rookie year was good. Excellent even. Over 1,200 yards. He paired up with Lindell White to form the Smash and Dash. It was a great gimmick. Lindell was the 260-pound hammer, and Chris Johnson, he was the scalpel. But heading into year 2, Lindell's role shrunk, and Chris became the guy. And this is where the human logic completely leaves the building. Let's talk about 2009. 2,006 rushing yards. But wait, the number you actually need to care about is 2,509. That's total yards from scrimmage. It broke Marshall Faulk's single season record. And I want to pause here because younger fans look at the 2,000 yard club and they think every season is built the same. But it's not. Derrick Henry's 2,000 yard season was an exercise in blunt force trauma. It was beautiful, but it was tedious. It was 350 carries of wearing a defense down until they gave up in the fourth quarter. Chris Johnson's 2,000 yard season was pure anxiety for opposing defensive coordinators. I was rewatching the Houston Texans game from that year. Houston safety is playing 15 yards deep. Let me repeat that. 15 yards. That's prevent defense, people. On 1st and 10 in the first quarter. Why? Because if Chris Johnson got past the defensive tackles and you weren't already running backward, you were dead. Actually, let me correct myself. It just wasn't the deep speed. Lots of guys were fast in a straight line. What made CJ2K terrifying was his deceleration and acceleration. He would stop on a dime, let a linebacker fly past him into the camera well, and then be back at top speed in exactly one stride. It looked like a video game lag. And he did this with Vince Young and Kerry Collins sharing quarterback duties. Defensive backs and defenses knew he was getting the ball. They put 8-9 guys in the box. It didn't matter. He had 3 touchdown runs of 85 plus yards in a single season. Nobody else has ever done that in a career. So what happened? Why did the flame burn out so fast? If you look at his career trajectory, after 2009, he never hit those heights again. He had a few more 1,000-yard seasons, but he went to the Jets, and then he went to Arizona, and that magic was gone by 2012. A lot of people blame the contract holdout. He wanted quarterback money, he held out, got paid, and the narrative became, oh, he got his big bag and stopped trying. Personally, I think that's lazy analysis. The real reason is much more tragic, and it's just the reality of human anatomy. Chris Johnson's entire superpower was built on a razor-thin margin of error. If you're a power back like Jerome Bettis, you can lose half a step to age, gain 10 pounds, and still be effective just by being heavy. If your entire game is based around being the fastest human being on the football field, losing even 2% of that twitchiness turns you from a god into just another guy. Think about the mileage too. In 2009 alone, he touched the ball 400 times. That's 400 times a group of 250-pound men who run 4.5s tried to take his head off. The micro trauma adds up. By 2011, those holes that used to stay open for 2 seconds were closing in 1 second. And that's all it took to ground him. It's easy to look back at NFL history through the lens of longevity. We praise Frank Gore, and rightfully so, for playing until he was 40 and grinding out 4 yards a carry until the heat death of the universe. But football is also an entertainment product. It's about moments that make you jump off your couch and spill your drink. For one 12-month stretch, Chris Johnson was the most electrifying thing on television. He didn't just break the 2K mark. He did it with a swagger and a stylistic flair that defined an era of football. He made the Tennessee Titans mandatory viewing. He may not have 15,000 career yards to lock him into a first ballot Hall of Fame jacket, but if you were there, you know that one glorious season, nobody on earth could touch him. Let me know in the comments below. Where does CJ2K's 2009 season rank for you among the greatest individual seasons ever? Is it top 5? Or am I just being blinded by nostalgia? Hit subscribe Hit the subscribe button if you like this. And I'll see you next time. And don't forget to share this as well. El Media del Norte JK Reacts signing out. Thank you guys.